How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video. In today's video, I want to go over these road to the final cards. We do have UCL next week, and I think we're going to see a little bit of hype come back into these cards, especially after the whole, 3-week break we've had, and, with UCL coming out and road to the final leaving, packs. We're going to see a lot of, these cards start to get hyped up, especially, heading back into this group stage. So we're going to take a look at all the cards. We're going to see at what teams have the potential for, upgrades, as well as we can take a look at some prices. Now, road to the final, if I'm not wrong, has dropped down, a fair amount from when they were first out. That was obviously going to happen. They were a little overvalued, honestly. But now we're taking a look at them, and these cards are not that bad. I think they're fairly priced. Quincy Promes, like I said, he was going to be around this 250 price, and what we're likely going to see is these cards kind of hold a point. Now they are still in packs. Team 2 is right now, until I believe, well, they'll probably be out of packs by the time this video goes up. But, now that they're out of packs, these cards really shouldn't get affected too much by pack supply. Now, you might see a little bit of panic on these cards, and this is just due to, the Black Friday hype coming in. But I think Saturday and Sunday might not be the worst time to buy. However, I would just keep an eye on these prices as you go through the weekend. It might not be a bad idea to take a starting position, is what it's called, where you buy maybe 1 or 2 of these cards, and then you look to add on more once you see what the market's going to do with these cards. Now, all of these cards, are fairly good. Obviously, the bigger cards are going to be the ones that get hyped up more. If Jesus is to upgrade, his card will go up more, obviously, as compared to, say, a Sanson, just because the card is obviously better. But that doesn't mean these cards aren't bad. These cards could still go up a decent amount. As we've seen with ones to watches, these live cards are insanely fun to trade with. And honestly, I'm looking forward to trading with these cards as well. I think they're going to do just as good as the ones to watch cards do as far as their pricing goes. The supply on these is not too bad either. I think, at least for Xbox, the supply is fairly good. Griezmann, we only have a few compare pages of. And these bigger cards, we don't have too much supply. Now, I know it's a little bit later at night, so that could be a good reason why. Like I said, a lot of these cards look really fun. And the best thing about these road to the final cards is that they upgrade regardless of, what they do personally. It's all about team. So that's a good thing as well. So if you guys don't know how the upgrades work, I know somebody was slandering me in a previous road to the final video because I didn't explain how the cards upgraded. So the cards upgrade basically every round they go through. So the group stage, once they win the group stage, they go on. So the cards will upgrade probably in December. Most of these cards, like I said, are going to be good for trading. Personally, I don't like too many of these cards as usable cards, but they'll still be good. And then the next upgrade for Champions League will be if they win the first leg of the round of 16, and then if they advance past the round of 16, and then it's every time they win the next round, they get that upgrade. So, with the Europa League cards, it's a little bit different. It's if they win the round of 32 and then the round of 16. There's no, first leg thing like there was in there. But still, like I said, these cards should be fairly good. As far as, who's the best card to buy, there isn't a best card to buy. With all these cards right now, I can't really sit here and say there's one card that I would avoid. Maybe avoid a little bit of, maybe a little bit of Klosterman, because I do think he's quite expensive, but there's a lot of hype around these cards. Look for the cards that have the hype around them. There's not really a card, like I said, that I'd avoid unless they're going to lose in the group stage. That's the only thing I would avoid on. So what's going to happen with match week 3? I think, I want to buy in early. Like I said, I think these cards are going to inflate up probably Sunday and Monday. I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh yeah, Champions League is back this week. And they're going to start buying up, and we're going to see a nice little rise heading into the, into the match day 4 it is now. I think I've been saying match day 3 this whole time, but match day 4. And what this is actually going to cause is it's just going to cause some of these cards to kind of inflate pre-match. Now, we're going to take a look on FOTMob, and we're going to take a look at the standings and stuff and the table. I don't know if any cards are about to promote, but cards that look likely to promote, and if they win, for example, we'll take a look there. But for example, say Dortmund were to advance next week, which I don't think they can, but this Akanji will hype up regardless of the fact that he's gonna get an upgrade in December rather than, you know, on match day 4. So again, something to look out for. These cards will get hyped up. Not many people are gonna know that these cards upgrade so late, so that's why I do like the idea of that. It looks like we have some coin trading and selling here with a Sanson. A little interesting there, but nice. So yeah, we'll head over to the tables and we'll take a look and see what guys are likely to, you know, get in. So this is a FOTMob, not really an advertisement, but again, some teams we can look at. Bayern look likely to get in. I believe they will clinch. I don't know who they're playing. If they're playing Atletico, it won't matter. But here are the matches. Obviously, there's some decent games. We got PSG and Leipzig, so, you know, a decent one. Other than that, it's not any, you know, big teams really playing against each other. We have Real Madrid and Inter and Liverpool Atalanta, so those will be decent games. Bayern Salzburg, so not too bad at all. So as far as the table goes, I believe if Bayern win, they will be through because they play Salzburg and Atletico play Moscow. So if, you know, if these teams, you know, if Atletico wins and Bayern wins, Bayern gets through. I don't think Bayern has a card, if I'm not wrong. No, they have Alphonso Davies. So Alphonso Davies will likely inflate up a little bit, you know, if they win. Now, this Real Madrid group is going to be a little bit interesting. You know, if they win, maybe that Hazard card inflates up a little bit. But again, like I said, it's going to be hard to see those cards kind of go up. As for, you know, a card like Sanson, you know, with Marseille being in last place, that's a card I'd avoid because it does not look likely they're going to advance. Now, they do play Porto, so if they do beat Porto, obviously there's a little life. I don't think the card will get impacted too much on a win. But if Marseille is to win and then Manchester City win, you know, Manchester City will advance and or they'll clinch just about as long as they beat Olympiacos. As they will, you know, clinch that spot in. So what you're likely going to see is you're gonna see that Gabriel Jesus card probably inflate up a little bit. Same goes with I don't know about the Liverpool one. How many points would they be up? 12. That'd be what, 8 with 2 games to go. So as long as Liverpool beat Atalanta, I think they also clinch into the next round as well. So again, do we even have any Liverpool cards? I don't know. Yeah, we have Salah. So Salah, that card will inflate up, and the same goes for all of this. You know, Chelsea, Sevilla, the Chelsea and Sevilla players look likely. Dortmund don't look like they can. Barcelona can, Juventus can not, depending on results. But you know, Barcelona getting in, that Griezmann card will do well. As far as this group goes, obviously that's not going to be the case. But as you guys can see, you know, it's pretty straightforward. You know, if a card is going to advance and they clinch, you're going to see the card inflate in price. If the card is going to lose, you're going to see him drop quite a bit. So if Sanson and Marseille, they lose on the next match day, this card is going to drop in price. He won't be 40k, he'll be like 30 or 25k because they're ultimately out of it. Now, there is the idea of the Europa League cards, and we'll switch over to look at some of these Europa League cards in a second. If a team in the Champions League finishes 3rd place, they go to the Europa League, obviously, and the cards will transfer over. Now, there's quite a few good cards that I like here. I think the Europa League selection was honestly amazing this year compared to last year. I do like most of these cards, and you know, it's going to be interesting to see. So again, like I said, the same thing goes with these cards. When they get out of the group stage, they will get that upgrade that they need, and then when they win the round of 32, then the round of 16, etc., they will also upgrade based off of that. So again, we'll head back over to FOTMob and we'll take a look at the Europa League tables. So here are the Europa League tables. Now, bear with me. I don't know all the Europa League cards, but Roma in this group, you know, with that Bruno Perez, a card to watch out for. It doesn't look like any of these teams can really, clinch that spot unless they get certain results. Arsenal are looking close, so Aubameyang could lock down a upgrade. He likely will, and you have to also be careful of, the market kind of pricing these upgrades in on these guys. They're going to do it nice and early, so if you are watching this after match day 4, just be aware these prices will change. As far as, I guess investing, let's say, Arsenal advance, they clinch a spot, and the same goes with any of these Champions League teams. On match day 4, nice and early, what happens to the card? Do you hold? Do you sell early? Personally, it's a judgment call. You have to look at the hype of the card at that stage, and what point do you, sell? If you see the card going up a lot, honestly, I would sell, because what usually tends to happen is we see what's called overselling or overbuying, and it gets to a point where there's just so many guys of these cards getting bought up that, it's almost too much, and eventually the price will come down. So I would sell in the hype in that case, I guess. Close group here for Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously, they have the Diaby, so nothing to really obviously keep an eye on it, but nothing immediate that will cause the cards to go up a lot. Same goes for Benfica. Napoli with Koulibaly, something to look out for. They play the worst team, so they still can't clinch. Leicester can, however, with a win over Braga, and then they need this Zorya team to beat Athens. So again, hoping for a little bit right there. As far as the next group goes with Lille and stuff and Milan, we have that Kessie, who is a very nice card. I hope he does upgrade. So again, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. We then have Tottenham. Obviously, Tottenham they have a good player in Sissoko, obviously, in the Europa League road to the final card. So a really good one too. Looking at some of the other ones, Hoffenheim, we have the Bebu card. He could upgrade if they win, and if this team also wins. So, good to keep an eye on. It should be good. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I like buying in on this weekend beforehand. Get in before anybody else does. I think these cards are going to rise regardless pre-match, just due to hype of, the first time trading with these cards live. There is no upgrades until after the group stage ends, so regardless, just be aware that, these cards aren't going to upgrade until December, so watch out for that. Again, as far as that, the rest of that goes, selling the hype, be careful, obviously. The same thing happens with, these cards that do with the ones to watch cards. They're going to inflate a lot mid-match. When a team wins and the team scores, it's always best to sell in the hype. It's the smart thing to do. We've seen it quite a bit. I just can't see too many upgrades coming. I think people are going to get bored if these teams advance in match week 4. I just can't see a player keeping a very high price. Not that they're going to be as low. For example, if Arsenal were to win, or whatever, if we can get one to pop up, I can use an example. We'll use Koulibaly. If Napoli were to clinch, like, for example, I know they can't, but, he's 300k. I just can't see this card, if he was to shoot up to 400, 500k just due to hype, I can't see this card sitting at that price for that long. He would probably drop down to like 375, 400 as he waited for that upgrade that comes in 3 weeks or whatever. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was nice and clear. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Again, thank you for all the support recently. I really do appreciate it. And that'll pretty much end up the video. So until next time, guys, peace.